Hello everyone, welcome back in another video. I am Vago. In our today's video, we are going to see exception hierarchy in Java. So today date is 8 August 2022. Now we are going to see what is exception hierarchy. So basically, there is a throwable class which is a super class or root class of of their two subclasses, that is exception and error. That means that is the structure, tree-like structure. With the help of the structure, we are going to see exception hierarchy, or we are called that exceptional hierarchy. So within that two types, there are some more different subtypes or subclasses are there. That means throwable is a super class for the exception and error. That means throwable is a super class and exception and error are subclass of the throwable class. And in another case, there is a we are called as a exception as a super class, and another different subtypes of that class are the subclass for that exception. And in another side, there is a error. The error is also super class for that subclass which containing the errors, different types of errors. We can see all this one by one. So firstly we see exception. Exception is nothing but that error which is occur by the coder or developer by its mistake, by its coding mistake or by its programming mistakes. There are some different types like runtime exception, input output exception, interpreted exception, SQL exception, class not found exception. That means those exceptions are occurred by the coder or by the developer. And in another side, there is a another type, that is the error. So error are not generated by the developer or by the coder. Error should be generated by the lack of memory or by the lack of size of code. Sorry, by the lack of storage space. There are different types of error like stack overflow, out of memory, input output error, linkage error. So these are different errors. Like stack overflow means the size of stack get overflow. That means there is not any more space for the storing of stacks within a stack memory. That is one of the error. Out of memory means there is a memory allocation size is specified by JVM. That when the memory get full, that time it shows the out of memory error. Like that this error occurs, but there is not any fault of a developer or coder, that is the fault of a memory storage. So after that we see some most important subtypes of our exceptions. So there is some important subtypes of some important types of runtime our exception errors. Within that there is our first is a runtime exception. So basically, runtime exception means contain some error like arithmetical error, null pointer error, number formation. After that, there is a one more important error, that is index out of bound error exception. Index out of bound exception. That exception should occur in two types, like array out of bound exception error and string out of bound exception error. As we know, if suppose there is a size of array is a 5, if we are directly calling for the size, if we are calling for the out of size, like we are calling for index 20, that time it show or indicate the error of array out of bound exception. That should be that exception should be shown by the JVM. And another type is input output exception. In this case there is come end of file exception, and another is a file not found exception. If there is a file cannot be identified by the JVM, that time it shows the exception like file not found exception. So after these important points, we are going to see how they error or how their exceptions are produced or in which stage. So when any coder or developer write a code, that time that code is in the form of a source code. That means it is in the form of developer language. We have to convert that language in a machine code language. For that, we are doing some processes with the help of JVM. Let's suppose we are creating one code as a test name, and we are initially at initial stage that code is in the form of test.java. There is a .java is the source code name. After that test.java, the code move towards the compiler. So there is a compiler which take the code, read the code, or identified any error or exception within the code. In that time, there is a chances of occurring compile time errors. So basically, compile time error means the error which occurred with the by the like syntax error. That means any mistake within the written by the coder, that is syntax error, or there is a logical error. That means any logic is mistake between the within the code. That time it show the logical error. So these errors are occurring in the stage of compilation. That time, that is the compile time error. After that, the next position is that JVM. The code will be transferred toward the JVM. In JVM, also there is chances of identifying some exception and errors. The exception are occurring in this JVM, like runtime exception or SQL exception, as we seen, and also there is a maybe chances of occurring some errors like stack overflow, input output error. Like this error or this memory error should be occurring in the same case. After that, we are going to the next point, that is the Java can provide some tools or mechanism for avoiding the exceptions. That means we are achieving or we can able to avoid the exception by using some tools or by using some mechanisms. So these mechanisms are as follow. Let's we see. There is some types like try catch or throws or finally. There is a 5 types of mechanisms are there. We can use firstly. We can see firstly there is a try and catch. So we can use that mechanism in this case when the exception is predefined. That means when we are the developer or coder can code any code, that time the exception can be shown by the within the compilation. That time that code is known by us. If we are taking responsibility on us, that means if we have to we are responsible for that mistake, and we are able to remove that mistake or eliminate that mistake from the code. That time we are using try and catch mechanism. After that, next one is a throw and throws. It is a similar type of mechanism, but in this case, the developer or coder are not taking responsibility on itself. That means that code is not eliminating the errors or exceptions by itself. That time it's throw all the responsibilities on a JVM. That time the JVM should create exception object, and that time with the help of that object, that error should be or that exception should be handled by using throw and throws mechanism. And after that there is a one more mechanism, that is the finally. In a finally mechanism, the basically finally mechanism is the same like block of throw and throws. It's actually works like a block of throw and throws. When we are using a finally mechanism, that time there is a surety of getting 100% of exception. That means by using a finally mechanism, we are achieving 100% of exception hierarchy exception. So that is the discuss. We are discussing about overall about exception hiring. Thank you.